We're in the 2015 Lamborghini Aventador 700-4 all-wheel drive V12 powered naturally aspirated beast. Now, I've got a 2001 996 911 turbo, 930 1987 turbo, highly modified. We also have a 2017 Lamborghini SV. Just got rid of a 2005 Murcielago converted gated manual. I've always been a Porsche guy, and so I wanted to take you guys on a quick drive, talk a little bit about the car. Right now I have it in Corsa mode. You know, I've always been a Porsche guy and love my 911s that I've had. Great drivers. My brother has always been into the Lamborghinis and things, but you know, after owning a couple of these, I can say I'm a Lamborghini guy now. You know, when I go on a daily drive, whether I'm going to work or, you know, out to run an errand, I'm finding myself picking up the keys in this thing. It's just, everything is perfect about it. Now, a couple quick things I wanted to talk about. Right now I got it in Corsa mode. I can also go to Strata mode, which it really quiets the car down. Not loud. Sounds like your everyday Honda Civic, possibly even quieter. But it's just absolutely phenomenal drive. A couple things I absolutely love about it. The sound of the motor is insane. I'm used to a turbo sitting behind me, but with this, you just have absolute freedom to hear what a supercar is all about. And with the modern technology, it's just a phenomenal asset to have. There's not a single thing I absolutely don't love about this car. This particular one is in Rosa and Ramita on the exterior. We also have some red stitching with the black seats. And I prefer to drive this car in manual. It's just a single disc clutch, so it really feels as though you are driving a manual car. It kind of lags a little bit on the shift, which is nice, but it's not too much of a lag, so you can really get at it. But overall, just absolutely great driver. You know, the Roadster is the only way to go in this car. I mean, Nick has a SV Coupe 750, and phenomenal car. Totally different feel. Definitely feels a little bit more like a race car. This is just, I gotta hop in this thing and really just go for a cruise across the country. It's that comfortable. It's super smooth. Shocks are great. Front lift system is perfect for when you're going up steep driveways or over speed bumps and parking lots. Although I never take that route. But yeah, so we got the top off. We're gonna get it over into Corsa mode, which opens up the baffle and the exhaust system, and really get to hear this thing a little bit on my drive home. So a little bit hazy today with the smoke in the air from the wildfires up in Canada, but that's all right. Still got to keep the top off. The shifting is just phenomenal. Now, one thing that you have to be aware of when you're driving a single disc Lamborghini is that the car wants to behave as a manual. So in order not to eat up the clutch when you are driving a newer Aventador or Lamborghini with the E-gear, is that you want to let off of the gas while you're shifting. I prefer to let the car fully engage before I continue accelerating. I just feel like that's probably the best thing for the car. I'm no Lamborghini mechanic, but you know, to each their own. So now this car has got a massive carbon package, not so much in the interior, but I do have a carbon package in the rear. And you know, our channel's really focused on trying to decide if a car is worth the money you're spending. Now, we take our own money, our own dollars, we have no investors, and we go out and we buy these supercars. We drive them, we go to the store, we go to our kids' games, we go to our friends' houses, everywhere we can in these cars while we have them, we drive them. So we really understand it's not just like a test ride every time you get into it, where you're hammering the gas everywhere you go, where you're stomping on the brakes. we really treat this as though it's our daily driver to really know, is it worth the money you're putting into it? Now, these cars are anywhere between $420,000 to $500,000 for a base 2012 to 2016 700, and I personally think there's only one way to go on these cars, and that's up. This had an original MSRP of $545,000 or $550,000, and I would say it upholds every single dollar that this originally came off the line at. We got this car out of Jackson, Mississippi. It's absolutely phenomenal. 6,900 miles on it, and boy does she rip. That was 80. Not too shabby. Again, the thing that I love about this car is that it's so damn comfortable. You cannot find a more comfortable supercar. Another thing too is that Lamborghini is really committed to their brand, right? They launched the Revelto. They've got a couple other EVs, but they've said that they want to continue building cars for their customer. Something that I personally think that Lamborghini really understands, and that some of these other brands, Ferrari for example, just don't get. The Luce that they launched is just, it's just dead. Who has an Apple iPhone designer designing a supercar that looks like a toy box my 4-year-old son would love to pull out and play with? It doesn't make any sense at all. But according to some dealers that we've talked to, they're getting orders, which is good for them. And who knows, maybe it's just a play to get all of their emission standards and governmental regulations passed through as a brand, and they're gonna come back with roaring V12 engines. We'll see. I kind of doubt it, because they are starting to go towards a V8, which, who wants to drive a V8? I can get that in a Dodge Charger or a Chrysler 300. When I spend this kind of money, I want V12, naturally aspirated. Turbo's okay. I'm good with that because the turbo bands are a heck of a lot of fun. So as we're getting onto the highway here, I think I'll spend some time getting on it. And again, if you're going 70, 80 miles an hour, this thing is solid as the day is long. Really tight cornering, perfectly balanced. All-wheel drive gives you the setup that you really want in terms of acceleration and getting through things. And we're gonna hit a bridge here, which is my absolute favorite part of a V12. Such a fun car. Top down, 85 degrees out, humid as hell, and I would not drive this car any other way. Tops are super simple. There's a lever in the back side of the seat. You pop the top off. It takes literally 30 seconds to get it into Roadster mode. Otherwise, you can cruise down out to dinner or whatever with the tops up with your lady, whatever you decide. Car runs actually absolutely perfect. I do want to take it out into Strata mode just so you can see how comfortable this car is. Can't even hear the motor. It's absolutely unreal. Totally in love. Now, the Lamborghinis are a little interesting because the shifting mechanism you have to really understand. When you start the car, we've got a park brake here, which is the only way to actually get the car into park, so you can park the car in the garage or on the driveway or parking spot. The steps are you first have to pull the car into neutral with the double paddle shifters, and then you pull up on the parking brake. Super easy setup. Once you get to learn it, you absolutely love it. Now, again, as a Porsche guy, there's a couple Porsches that are trading at Aventador level money. GT2s, particularly in the 997 generation. I've had one, absolutely insane car, very comfortable, had the carbon bucket seats, would take that car back any day of the week. There's also like the GT3 RSs and things that are skyrocketing in value. But to be honest with you, they do not have the sound of a V12 Lamborghini Aventador. And I could arguably say they also don't have the comfort of the V12 Lamborghini Aventador either. This suspension is every single thing that you want on a modern day supercar. It's soft going on the highway, it's very light around the corners, perfectly balanced car. You literally can't find better car for the money. Try to prove me wrong, it's insane. So much fun. Now, I've always said, one of the big reasons why I'm a Porsche guy is that in a Porsche, you get to actually feel the vehicle anytime you want. In a V12 Lamborghini Aventador, I always say you go from 0 to a ticket and never actually feel the real power of the car. Now, is that true? Yes, it can be, but also getting on and off ramps, it's an absolute blast to drive. Power is immediately available at your foot. It's just absolutely wild. The other thing I love about this car is that you do have some more modern amenities, things that I don't really enjoy in a supercar because I like to hear the naturally aspirated motor behind me, but you do have a modern stereo system. You've got GPS, you've got heated seats, air conditioning, you have all of the amenities of a daily driver all packed into this massive power in this car. And because I'm on the highway, I do want to get it back into Corsa mode so I can really hear the car as I get around people on the highway. I mean, unreal how comfortable this car is. 7-speed transmission, comes at about 3,000 RPM at 80. And it's just a sheer beauty of a car. Now, Rosa Andromeda is probably the most rare color in red that the Aventador was ever made in. Not many people offered it off the factory line. And I'll tell you, whether it's in the sun or in your garage, it just has a specific hue that is absolutely beautiful. For our channel, we were extremely pumped to get this car in. I mean, it's just like, after driving some of the best cars in the world, I have to say that Lamborghini just does it right in the Aventador. The body is perfect size to enjoy the comfort with the seats back and the top off. You know, the Huracan, we haven't owned one of those, which we are planning on getting an STO, hopefully in the next few months, which we can't wait to do some content on. But the Aventador is just perfect length, perfect wheelbase, fits nicely in the garage. It's just so great. The other thing that we found is that in terms of maintenance costs, you know, we haven't found these things to be astronomical. In our 17 SV, we recently did a full maintenance service, and it was around $10,000, which wasn't horrible. Sure as hell beats a Diablo service or a Countach service. Not quite as good as Porsche, where some people say you can get away with your annual oil changes and not do a whole lot of work to them over the years, which we have found true. Now, insurance on this runs maybe around $3,000 for an agreed value policy, $3,000 to $4,000. Which honestly is not horrible when you're talking a $500,000 car. We get our insurance through Haggerty. They have great policies, very easy to work with. Absolutely love working with them. But again, the car is just everything you could imagine in a V12 supercar. I'm sorry, but your Testarossas of the world, new age, your electric hybrids, they don't stack up to a pure V12. When that exhaust opens up and you really hear the car, it's just everything you want it to be. We're planning on shooting a lot more content on this car. Plan on keeping it for a while. never be a concern. People want to buy this car for the fun of it. So who cares about your hybrid setup and your 22 miles gallon that you're getting in other hypercars or supercars? This thing is just right on the money. This thing is wild. So like I said, we are going to be doing more content on this car. We can't wait to share it with you guys. It's just an absolute pleasure to drive. So fun, so responsive. Like I said, perfectly weighted. The all-wheel drive system just grabs the ground. It's absolutely incredible. Highly recommend. I think we're going to say that this car is worth the money. And more content to come in the next few weeks. So make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. You know, we're going to be doing reviews. We've got, like I said, we've got our 930 turbo to 1987 highly modified, puts out about 400 of the wheels. We also are going to be doing some review on our 996 turbo, which those are actually gaining a lot of attraction in the market today. It's kind of been the sleeper 911 for most people who are in the Porsche world, mainly because of the headlights, which there's some interesting things on that design that we'll cover. It also, for 2001, our 996 turbo is very comparable to the Murcielago. Nürburgring times 0 to 60, but obviously without all of the maintenance costs and things that we had experienced on our Murcielago, which wasn't too much, but the 996 is a lot of fun. We will also be showcasing our SV and doing a little bit of a review on that as well. So be sure to like and subscribe. We did get rid of our 360 gated, factory gated manual Ferrari, which a little bummed about because values on those have really skyrocketed in the last couple months due to the Luce announcement and some other things. But yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. We have more content coming to you. We have a lot more vehicles that we're going to be acquiring over the next several months, which we'll be doing a lot of content on. Tell us what you want to see. You know, we want to really cover the car. We want to talk about it. We want to share what we like, what we don't like about the car. For this car, having put over 200 miles on it already, we haven't found anything that we don't like about the vehicle itself. The top is super easy. Like I said, Murcielago Roadster, there's a lot to finagle with the canvas top and things. These are hard tops. Just overall great. I'm sure we'll find something that we're not huge fans on, but so far, we absolutely love this car. It's everything you could ever want. So like and follow for more. Subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.